Hi everyone, this is Michael, and I'm sharing Revolutionary Pedagogy, Primer for Teachers of Black Children by Malefi Kete Asante, published in 2017. Asante states that the educational system in the U.S. has been designed, organized, and maintained to effectively miseducate children. Using a pedagogy from white culture to manage multicultural schools in the U.S. has failed white and non-white children alike by enclosing them in a Eurocentric episteme that denigrates and minimizes non-whites. So how can schools change? As Dr. King has reminded us, it's important where you start the story. Revolutionary pedagogy starts the human story in Africa. The three foundational ideas behind revolutionary pedagogy are: human beings, i.e. Homo sapiens, originated on the African continent. Sylvia Wynter calls this the first emergence, the sociogenic evolution of the species from purely biological creatures into culture builders. Number 2, all human migration to other parts of the world left from Africa. This is a really cool animation I found which shows that migration occurring over hundreds of thousands of years. And number 3, the originators of geometry, sculpture, medicine, philosophy, and astronomy were Africans. This is the Jango bone, the second oldest mathematical tool that has ever been discovered. The oldest is also from Africa. The hatches on the bone are in a mathematical pattern, and there's a hypothesis that the first mathematicians were women, charting lunar cycles to calculate menstruation. This is the Maxims of Ptah-hotep, considered the first philosophical piece of literature, and this is one of the oldest calendar circles in the world, Ntab Playa. To leave Africa out of its role in the creation of these fundamental practices that help to define us as human is to teach black children by omission that their ancestors never created civilizations, culture, inventive tools, or arts. Asante goes so far as to call this a form of lynching, mental lynching. Black children need to have confirmation of their intellectual capacity based upon their history and cultural legacy, and white children need to be taught the common humanity of the people of the earth, giving them the support necessary to diminish the idea of white privilege. In schools today, African American children are educated to love the traditions and ideas of other people and cultures, not their own. U.S. curriculum is enclosed in a Eurocentric frame, which denigrates African and Native Americans, represented primarily as powerless and defeated. Compare that with the glorification of the Founding Fathers, all white men, as the sole creators and agents of our country. Asante says, black children are made to accept as heroes and heroines individuals who defamed their people during their lifetimes. This makes the child a non-person, one whose aim in life might be to shed their blackness as a badge of inferiority rather than to claim it as an honor for those who fought for us. The African American child is not an object, but a subject, not someone who is only the descendant of enslaved persons, but the descendant of those who resisted enslavement, even to the end of their lives. Let's rewrite the curriculum to include these figures. This is Nat Turner, who led a large slave resistance in Virginia in 1831. This is François-Dominique Toussaint Louverture. He led a successful revolution in Haiti against the French in 1791. This is Marie Van Britten Brown, the inventor of the home security system, who conceived the idea in response to the slow response of police in Queens, New York. A revolutionary pedagogical curriculum troubles the white Western frame, introduces counter-narratives of black agency, black resistance, and black innovation vital to the national identity. Classical African knowledge is introduced throughout curriculum, from math to medicine. This is the earliest prosthetic ever found, a wooden toe from Egypt, to literature, the story of Sinuhe, an ancient Egyptian narrative from the 20th century BC. Revolutionary pedagogy encourages us to master the culture of our students before we attempt to teach them. White teachers who want to be successful must love black students' culture as they love their own, wanting to know more, to understand more, and to listen with an empathetic ear. But here's the problem, says Asante. One cannot simply add Latino, African, Native American, and Asian information into the white bottle and shake it up and get what is necessary for all students. State curriculum overrules and overwhelms Afrocentric education. Asante says, the bottle itself must be changed, and all information must be shared from all bottles equally and poured into a new vessel. A revolutionary pedagogy is subversive to the oppressive curriculum that is meant to mold the minds of children to be consumers, clients, and victims. Asante identifies 5 aspects of revolutionary pedagogy which work together to specifically prepare students to understand and respect cultural difference and agency. Relationships, ethics, values, literacy, and reasoning. These key aspects of Asante's pedagogy work in tandem to enculturate students from foundations of equally respected and acknowledged culturally centric epistemes into a shared pan-human culture.